How is everyone and their grandmas now building AI-powered businesses? What is behind this sudden surge? Why now and not 4 or 5 years ago? Let's break it down. One word: infrastructure. The cost of training AI models has plummeted thanks to advancements in hardware, specifically GPUs, graphics processing units, and TPUs, tensor processing units. NVIDIA's dominance in the GPU market, coupled with innovations in AI accelerating chips, has unlocked the ability for even small companies to train sophisticated models. AI chip sales hit a record $53 billion in 2023, triple from just $17 billion in 2020. One sign that hardware improvements were fueling the AI boom. Generative AI isn't exactly new. Its foundations were laid decades ago. The transformer architecture, which powers models like GPT-4, Claude, and Gemini, was introduced in a 2017 paper by Google Research. This architecture was revolutionary. While OpenAI's breakthrough with ChatGPT gained mainstream attention, companies like Google had been working on AI for years and were building their own versions. And Anthropic, founded by former OpenAI researchers with years of AI expertise, was able to quickly enter the scene and develop models like Claude. Likewise, xAI, launched by Elon Musk, has the backing of Tesla's vast AI research resources and expertise in neural networks developed for autonomous driving. Each of these companies already had a foot in the AI space. The availability of GPUs and TPUs, built by companies like NVIDIA and Google, have enabled AI development at a speed previously unimaginable. When OpenAI showcased what was possible with large language models, companies like Google and Anthropic, and now xAI and Grok, could purchase the physical infrastructure to scale their own models almost immediately. The accessibility of massive computational power allowed them to train large models efficiently. It's no coincidence that GPU prices became a talking point in 2021 around the same time AI exploded. There were GPU shortages, skyrocketing prices, driven by both cryptocurrency mining and the increasing need for high-performance GPUs to train large AI models. NVIDIA's dominance in the AI hardware space, particularly with their A100 and newer H100 GPUs specifically designed for AI workloads, became a focal point as startups and tech giants raced to access these critical components for training and deploying AI models. Not only did these chips massively speed up the training process, but they also reduced the cost per model, putting AI within reach of startups. Cloud services and GPU rental platforms, such as Amazon's AWS, made it easier for smaller teams to access the hardware only available to deep-pocketed tech giants. Cloud GPU rental costs decreased by 30% between 2022 and 2023. This lowered barrier of entry allowed more startups to participate in AI development. The tools to build AI became accessible to a much broader audience. The barrier to entry for AI development isn't just about hardware, it's also about data. In the early days of AI, only the biggest companies had the resources to gather and label the massive data sets required to train models. But in 2023, data availability improved drastically. Pre-trained models like GPT 3.5 and Stable Diffusion were available for use and further fine-tuning on specific tasks. This drastically reduced the amount of data and computational power startups needed to get their models off the ground. APIs and AI platforms allow individuals, developers, and startups to use these pre-trained models and build on top of them. They get access to cutting-edge AI without the need for massive research teams, making AI development faster and cheaper. When it comes to images and video AI generation, you have Runway. The company played a key role in the development and popularization of Stable Diffusion. Runway was instrumental in the early stages, contributing to the research and development of the model, focusing on making it accessible to users through their platform. When Stable Diffusion was released, Runway integrated it into their tools, allowing users to easily generate high-quality images through a user-friendly interface, which helped propel the model into mainstream use. And as Runway evolved, they shifted focus to developing their own models, such as Gen 1 and Gen 2, specifically for text-to-video generation. Runway is currently valued at about $1.5 billion with investors like Google, NVIDIA, and Salesforce Ventures, and it is in talks for further funding that could increase its valuation to around $4 billion. In 2023 alone, investors poured more than $50 billion into AI startups, with around 5,000 plus AI-focused startups being launched globally, compared to just about 1,200 in 2020. A critical part of this AI evolution story is the influence of the open source movement. Open source models such as Stable Diffusion allows developers to modify and improve the model without the constraints of proprietary software. This encouraged experimentation and has led to a surge of innovation, with new applications and use cases popping up in a matter of months. This sudden accessibility sparked a gold rush. Entrepreneurs quickly recognized that while large companies like OpenAI were tackling broad use cases, there was untapped potential in niche applications. This is why you see a wave of AI startups targeting specific sectors like legal document generation, personalized marketing, medical imaging, and even AI-generated music. Text and image generation is only the first wave. What comes next? Text models only require vast amounts of text data, which is readily available in the form of books, articles, and social media, while image models such as Stable Diffusion and DALL-E can be trained on the immense number of images available on the internet. Studying video is more costly, but it is already here. And then, once AI masters video, the focus will likely shift toward real-time interactive media. Imagine AI-generated virtual worlds or personalized experiences in gaming. The lines between content creation and consumption will blur as AI becomes capable of generating stories, characters, and worlds in real time based on how a player plays the game. And it is already happening today. This gameplay of Doom is being created and simulated by an AI system in real time without relying on a traditional game engine. GameGen can interactively simulate the classic game at over 20 frames per second on a single TPU. In the future, this means a game could change based on how a user is playing. A level is modified if a player is struggling, or if a player is seen enjoying the flying missions, then more of the same can be developed and worked into the story of the game. When should humanity begin to truly question, are we living in a simulation? Because if we can create an AI simulation, then the likelihood that we are in one greatly increases.